Hi, this is a knitting tutorial for an I-cord bind-off. An I-cord bind-off creates that tube which runs over the edge of your knitting. So as you can see here, I used it for my shallow water shawl, so you can use it for scarves, you can use it for garments, and it creates this really nice finishing, and it just runs over that edge. You can have different thicknesses of an I-cord. I used for this one an extra 3 stitches, so it's a 3-stitch I-cord bind-off. But the thicker you want that tube to be, that I-cord to be, the more stitches you have to cast on, the more stitches you have to work with. Usually it's between 3 to 5. If you want to have it thinner, you can just add an extra 2 stitches. I'm going to show you how. So I have my knitting finished and I'm ready to cast off, to bind off. I need to decide first, or I need to see in the pattern how many stitches that I-cord bind off needs. So let's say I'm going for 3 stitches now. I'm going to cable cast on an extra 3 stitches. So cable cast on is go in between the first and the second stitch in the gap. I wrap the yarn, pull the yarn through, and place it on my left needle. Again, in between the first and second stitch, not inside the stitch, in between. Go inside, get the yarn, place it. That's number 2. We need 3 stitches. One more, and place it on the left tip. Now if the I-cord would need to have 5 stitches, you would add on an extra 2 stitches. Now next step is I'm gonna knit the first 2 stitches. I have now a 3-stitch I-cord, so you always knit 1 stitch less than you cast it on. So let's say I cast it on 5 stitches, I'm gonna knit now 4 stitches. If I cast it on an extra 4 stitches, I'm gonna knit 3. And if I only cast it on 2 stitches, I'm only gonna knit 1 stitch. Now I have 3 stitches cast on, so I'm gonna knit 2 stitches. And in the next 2 stitches, I'm gonna do a slip, slip, knit. So I'm gonna slip my first stitch, knit twice, like that. I'm gonna slip the second stitch, knit twice like that. I'm gonna enter my left needle from the front, and I'm gonna knit those 2 stitches, together to the back. Slip, slip, knit. And I have 3 stitches on my right needle, and slip them back on my left. Repeat. I knit 1, 2, and then I do slip, slip, knit in the next 2 stitches. So I slip the first stitch, I slip the second stitch, I enter my needle in from left to right and knit through the back and put them back on my left needle. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Knit, knit, SSK, slip, slip, knit, and put them back on my left needle, and so on. And you can see slowly how here the I-cord is forming. So you do that until you have 3 stitches left. Okay, I'm at my last 3 stitches. I'm just gonna do my last SSK, slip, slip, knit in my last 2 stitches. I have 3 stitches left. I put them back on my left needle. Now knit 2 together, and knit the last stitch, you have 2 stitches left. Put them back on your left needle and SSK, slip, slip, and knit together through the back. And then you cut the yarn and you pull through like the normal bind off edge, and you can see it rolls nicely over the edge. I have a nice I-cord here, and you can use it for stockinette stitch, by the way. This is not a garter stitch, but it can be any edging. You can use it for any pattern.